Today's incident will wake up your soul. Please watch the incident till the end. Assalamu alaikum, friends. Hope you all are well. Dear friends, today I want to tell you about a pregnant woman. Her brother buried her alive when she was pregnant. So friends, why did his brother bury her like this? And then what happened to that pregnant woman is your video. I will tell you. And for that, you must watch this video till the end. And if you haven't liked this video, then definitely like it. So, let's get started. Guys, here are some name changes you can see. This incident was brought up by a person named Nasim. Nasir says it happened 4 years ago today. Me and my friends used to steal together. After the theft, we hid separately. I used to read so that the police can't catch us. Once we robbed a bank. After the robbery, my friend and I tried to escape. My friends managed to run away, but I couldn't. I was caught by the police. The police followed me. I started running in many pairs in different roads. At one point, I was successful. Fake in the eyes of the police, I was able to escape. Then I got on a bus and many more. I went away and fell down. About where I landed, I didn't know anything. I had only one thought: the police did not catch me again. That's where I landed. It was a very quiet area, no houses could be seen until far away. There was a cemetery in front. I walked near that cemetery. I reached. The night moon was very big and bright because of everything. It was very clear. I thought that tonight was in this cemetery. I will leave here in the morning. Nasir said I am a very brave man. I am not afraid of anything very easily. But that night I was very scared. That night I decided that I will not henceforth do any work that endangers life. I wasn't a very bad person. I was just luckily bad. I was trapped among friends. I lay next to a grave in that cemetery. I read. I had a sheet that was very thick. The sheet is on. I was about to lie down when suddenly I heard a sound. It was a girl's voice saying, "Brother, don't kill me. I didn't do anything. Don't kill me. I'm not a criminal." Hearing this sound, I was shocked. I removed the sheet from my body and looked. Where is this noise coming from? So I looked. In front, 5 boys are dragging a girl to the cemetery. One of the boys said, "The honor of our brothers did not shame you to settle with the ground. We thought you were at Aunt's house, but now I know that you are an illegitimate child indulging in harem relations. You are making your belly bigger." A boy was holding the girl and the rest were busy digging graves to carve a grave. Then they threw the girl alive in the grave and covered her with earth, started giving. Seeing all this, I was losing my mind. I felt very upset. One of them said, "Hurry up, who will see?" They quickly buried the girl and left. After burying the girl alive in the grave, they fled from there. I jumped up and came near that grave. In their haste, the men had left the spade there. I quickly started opening the grave because I saw him buried alive. My whole effort was to have that girl you have to get out of there, alive. Then the scream of the girl, I heard the voice from inside the grave. I'm sure then that girl is still alive. I use all my strength. I did it so that I could open the grave quickly. I was not a good servant. I was an ordinary person. But if someone else is in my place, if it happened, he would not have been able to bear it. According to him, no one could ever be as bad as this girl's brother was. Where is the mentality of burying someone alive? I dig graves, I took it and let it leak a little in one place so that it was close to the girl. Oxygen continues to arrive. But suddenly that girl stopped screaming Jello and I got scared. I thought he was dead. I tried to hear his voice. My whole body was shaking with fear. No sound came for a long time. So I started to worry a lot. But suddenly my thoughts had to be freed. Because from the cemetery I heard the baby crying. I got nervous and started thinking, where is this child's voice coming from and how? Inside the grave. So where did this child come from if it was a girl? I'm scared I was not a slave. But at that time I was very scared, and the girl's screams started coming to my ears. Of means the girl was alive. I was lost in thought about everything. My interest to know started to increase, but to pay so much attention to it, there was no time for me to carve my grave. The girl must be taken out. I mustered up my courage once more. I began to carve graves, but when I carved graves I did as if the ground moved from under my feet. Because of the grave, a newborn baby was lying inside, and that girl is in the grave was falling. It didn't take me long to realize that the girl was this kid who gave birth. I dare that child, and that girl, I took it out of the grave. I used the sheet I had with me. I covered the girl's body. The girl was not doing much better. It was very difficult, and the baby was crying. I understand something. I could not do that. Suddenly I saw a car on the road. I left that child and that girl and ran quickly towards that road I took. I signaled the car to stop, don't know how. But even at night they stopped at my signal, but they were afraid. I told them I and my wife passed by this graveyard. While going, suddenly my wife started feeling pain and her delivery done. I asked them to help us. The people came with me to verify my words. Then came that girl. The child understood everything, and they believed me. One of them said that it is important to help these people because they, now in danger. They helped us, and that girl and her, the baby, was taken to the hospital. The money I stole from the bank, when I asked for his share from my companions, they told me gave that money. I took the girl to that secret place where I stayed. I went and asked the girl about the whole incident. He then started talking about himself. He said, "My name is Sidra. I was a holy girl. One day, returning home from college, a boy followed me. That boy is a piece of paper to me, Dilo, in which it was written that he loves me. And below is his number. It was day I first agreed to the day boy, but I don't know. How did the devil tempt me that I finally belonged to that boy? Call the number. After that, our conversation started. This time, it was time to meet. I had 4 brothers. They were working. When he went out, I would call him home. Someone at home was not. We also committed that sin after Satan's turn. We shouldn't have done that. And now I am getting the punishment for that. As the illegitimate part of the boy was growing inside me, I tell my aunt about this. Aunt listened to me a lot. He also thought about honor, so he took me to the doctor. But by then, everything had gone out of hand. The doctor said that now there is no way to spoil the child. If that is done, mother's life will be at risk. Now I am in contact with that boy. I said to him, "Send the proposal from your house to our house." Then the boy said, "I don't know whose child it is complaining. He will not marry a bitch like me." This time the trouble was huge. Aunt told me, "If your brothers know anything about this, they will tell you will kill." My aunt pretended to be sick to my brothers, wanted to take me with him. The brothers said, "This is ours, prepares food for everyone. How will we stay if he leaves? She takes care of the house when we go for work during the day." Aunt said she is sick now. "If you need workers, yes, but get married." I don't know how my aunt is mine. Brought me to his house after persuading the brothers. There is mine aunt's son and daughter lived. Forced to tell their story. I was at my aunt's house for 9 months of pregnancy, but on the day of it was delivery time. That day, suddenly my brother was at my aunt's house, came. I don't know how he came to know about this. He told me he brought it to the house. Then he took me to the graveyard and buried alive. When I was suffocated inside the grave, it started coming. Then I started shouting, and Allah Almighty, I asked for help. I started moaning in pain. On the one hand, I was suffocating. On the other hand, I was in labor. It had started. I repented then. To Allah Almighty I prayed and promised never to commit any sin. I prayed, I fasted, I did any worship. Forgive me if you like. Have mercy on me, God. I will never sin again. If you like something about me, that's it. Instead, get me out of here today. I at that time knew that midnight this time to save me and someone in the cemetery won't come. But at that time I was calling Allah Almighty from my heart. I had faith in Allah. They put too much dirt on my grave, did not fill. And after that you also came. You are my first try. You opened the way for the wind. For a moment I thought so. Turns out my brother is back to get me out, because they are. Except that there was no one in that cemetery at that time. But at that time couldn't think of anything else, because it was time for the baby to be born came. How strange that I am worried about my baby. What kind of child took his first breath inside the grave? Man, he comes to the world and takes his last breath and then goes to the grave. But this baby's beginning was different from his first breath after birth took inside the grave. I promise God that I will not commit any more sins, and all the sins I have committed till today I apologize for the offense. We forget Allah, and various I indulged in sin, but He does not forget us. I used to worship Allah. I used to pray tahajjud. Suddenly I feel bad done and I forgot my Lord, but look at God, how Ta'ala helped me. And today I'm thinking that, how could I disobey my God like this? Only because of that I forgot Allah and indulged in sin, left me alone in the middle of the road, leaving me in danger. Nasir told the girl to burst into tears after hearing her story. Started. Then I also got worried. I started thinking about this incident. It is also educational for me. I was also a part of this incident. At that time I also repented from sin, and to marry that girl I decided. I married the girl only for Allah Ta'ala, for satisfaction purposes, so that Allah may forgive my sins. Now I am a man of knowledge. Now I know a lot about Islam. I know something, and my wife teaches women, and so it is, we are living a happy life. Realizing now that in life now illumined by the light of God. Friends, how do you like this video? And subscribe this channel. Be sure to tell in the comment box. See you in the next video. Until then, you will be well, and may God bless you.
Vast and often unpredictable, brings with it the first of many challenges, a fierce storm. Idris stands at the edge of his field under the torrential rain, watching the young sprouts battle the onslaught. His heart sinks, but does not break. He believes, No, he knows that this trial is but a part of a greater plan.